I'm worried, Postal family. I'm worried. I'm worried because I read an article last week, and this can pertain to me, but it definitely pertains to everybody. Everybody's jobs, young, old, new, everything that has to do with this post office and all the new changes. It affects the drivers, it's going to affect the clerks, it's going to affect the mail handlers, it's going to affect the techs, it's going to affect the building maintenance, every single person. What am I talking about? This is just an article. This is an article, and I'm going to read it, and I'll try to break it down the best way I can for you. This month, the Postal Service will begin implementing a massive initiative to change how the mail is delivered. This is going to affect carriers as well. All right. Instead of working out of the back of post offices, letter carriers will be relocated to large, centralized facilities called sorting and delivery centers, S&DCs. These S&DCs will be housed in a currently operating processing center, large post offices, and eventually one of the new multifunctional mega plants the post office plans to create over the next few years. Spaces are already being prepared in Atlanta, Indianapolis, and Charlotte, where the Postal Service has leased a 6,200,000 square foot facility almost adjacent to large Amazon warehouse. This is going to be a few parts to this because I can't break this whole thing down in one session, but understand what's going on here. First thing that I see is that they're going to be taking the same map, the same layout, the same structure as an Amazon distribution center. So if Amazon has their people all located in one spot, they don't have a bunch of little facilities like we have. Those people will go fill those big vans up and go out and start delivering, right? And then they go back, get the remainder, and go out. And sometimes they drive 30 miles, I believe, from the facility. We're going to get to that in a minute. But notice that we have these new LLV. The vehicles are replacing the LLVs. Those big vans, notice how big they are compared to the LLV. There's a reason for everything that's happening. All of this stuff is starting to fall into play. Pay attention to the signs around you. Because when I spoke to a couple of my senior people in management, all of them seem to come into the same agreement. I'm not going to be around when the time comes. I'm retiring in a few years. It's not going to affect me. That's the answer that they gave me. But let's continue. The effect on postal employees will be significant. As discussed in this previous post, tens of thousands of letter carriers will find themselves working at an S&DC that's much farther from where they live, meaning longer commutes, more driving times, and more transportation expensive. Follow me, this is the best part. Postmasters and managers will see their positions downgraded because they don't have the carriers to supervise. Thousands of clerks at post offices will become unnecessary since they won't need to provide the support for the carriers. They will be among the 50,000 positions that the Postmaster General says he plans to eliminate. Whew. I think I'm going to just stop there. This is a long article, and I'm not going to put it in the video description for this one yet. You're going to follow me through this journey. We're going to continue to read, and I'm going to continue to break it down. I will put this link in the last of the series for you. But let's break what I just heard down. Carriers. Here's a central location. And this article also has every single facility in the country that this will affect. So, if you choose not to follow me, that's on you. But it does show a full map right there. And I'll break it down for you. If you get in and you touch on the map, it zooms in to every single area in the country and it breaks it down into zones. It tells you every single facility that's gonna be affected. Every single one. So whether or not you follow me to when we get to that part, it's up to you. But I mean, I can go right into Albuquerque, New Mexico. Just so you see for yourself. Albuquerque, right there. And those little dots are post offices. Those little mail dots are post offices. And when I touch the post office on your device, it will tell you the exact location right there. And it will tell you, it says this is the Placitas, the address, if it's leased. And then it tells you the population of the zip code. And then it tells you where the potential SNDC is going to be and the address. So your people in management ain't going to tell you. A lot of them don't know. A lot of the senior people ain't going to tell you because they don't know. A lot of the senior people that watch me, pay attention. I don't knock the older people for anything. You see the grades? I'm getting there. What I do say, though, is that when you say and you scream seniority, you could be number one in seniority. You may have been at your facility for 25 to 35 years. You're comfortable there. You're not accustomed to change. You got the senior person, 35 years. You got the person that's been there for 4 years. Down here, well, the first person that they're going to get rid of is those people. You don't see the psychology in it. 35 years, you're set in your ways. You are not going to take a place that you've been going to for 35 years and they tell you, you know what? We are eliminating this post office. You're going to have to drive an extra 20 miles to work. And you got 5 years left of retirement. Are you going to turn around and drive that? Or are you going to be more privy to say, man, I'm stuck in my ways. I can take the loss and I'll retire at 59. That is their secret strategy on how to push the older people away and get the younger people in. This is JH, which is part 1 of a long series. This is a long article. Follow me through it, baby. I just read it. I had to get it out to you. So there ain't gonna be no intro with it. Let's go.